What up guys, it is Justice here and welcome to another Runescape video. This one focused on the Tormented Demons. It's going to take you through a melee only guide, so you will only require melee, you don't need to switch, and that's one of the big bugbearers for me of Tormented Demons, and why I don't really do them in EOC is because of the need to switch your loadout like constantly throughout the fight, and it just irritates me personally. So I think this guide, will relate to a lot of people. This is a melee only guide. You will only require a melee setup, Darklight upgraded, and this is just out of convenience. This is going to make your life easier when killing the Slayer creature Tormented Demons. So for anyone who doesn't know, in order to kill Tormented Demons, you need to have completed the quest While Guthix Sleeps, and you can access these whether with a game's necklace, and you teleport to Tears of Guthix, and then you take the light into the chasm, and then you just make your way towards Tormented Demons that way, which I'll show you on the video. Or you can also just teleport with the Max Guild PVM teleport if you've got a Max Cape. Okay, so let's delve straight into the method, and I'll get onto the gear and inventory later on in this video. So you start off with Magic Prayer, you have your Steel Titan out, and this will be dealing range hits. If you drag your Steel Titan out of melee distance, so just make sure it's not with an MD, it will hit, the majority of the hits will be range rather than melee. You don't want your Steel Titan to be hitting with melee. Steel Titan does require level 99 summoning to actually summon. You also want Dreadnips, which you can get from Dominion Tower from killing boss monsters there. You set your Dreadnip to a magic Dreadnip by right-clicking it and choosing which form you'd like it to transform into, and therefore the Dreadnip will be attacking with magic hits. So you've got your Steel Titan hitting with range hits, you've got your Dreadnip hitting with magic hits, and this forces the Tormented Demon to change prayer and attack style, and then you can go OP with melee hits. And for melee, of course, you're going to be using your Upgraded Darklight with an offhand tier 90 Drygore weapon. What makes this method work? Well, usually it takes around 3,100 damage of a specific attack style to make the Tormented Demons switch their Protect prayer. But it doesn't take anywhere near this amount of damage from a Dreadnip or a Steel Titan for it to change its combat style. From looking back at my clips, I've noticed the Tormented Demon changed combat style from a 500 magic damage hit from a Dreadnip, and that's what makes this method work so well. I use Revolution here, and feel free to use my Revolution combat bar down below, and I hit my thresholds such as Blood Tendrils. Now, Blood Tendrils, this is a great ability here, as the Tormented Demon is constantly changing prayer. So as it changes, let's say from Protect Melee to Protect Range, that Blood Tendril hit will straight away deal a nice amount of damage. Use Berserk wherever possible, that is an ultimate ability, so it's probably useful to take Adrenaline Pots if you want slightly faster kills. The upgraded Darklight when zerking really does wreck here. When comparing this to switching, yes, if you're very good at switching, that will be quicker. But this seems to work extremely well, and it's way more convenient. Like I said, it irritates me having to switch at these Tormented Demons because they have such low life points. So this is extremely convenient, this method. Make sure to have Auto Retaliate on, and like I said, Revolution, just to make it even more convenient for you. There's no point in making your life harder here. Okay, now just to quickly go through the gear, I'm using Malevolent Armor, that's tier 90 power armor for the damage output. You want to use this over Void because you don't need accuracy here, so you can use tier 90, any power armor, so that's Malevolent or Bandos if you can't have Malevolent, or even Torva armor, you could use that as well if you don't have Malevolent. I've got an upgraded Darklight with an offhand Drygore weapon. I've got the Blood Brawler's necklace for the heals over time. I've got an Asylum ring on. I've got the Dark Magical Aura on at the moment because that does now work with melee, but Equilibrium Aura is fantastic here, or the Vampirism Aura. And if you want to activate a Scrimshaw, the Vampirism Scrimshaw is great here, but I don't really use one. It's not a necessity. I've got Supreme Overload, Super Prayer Renewal. I've got the Games Necklace, which you can use if you don't have a Max Cape. I've got the Sapphire Lantern, which you want to take if you don't have a Max Cape because you'll need to see that area around the Tears of Guthix to actually take the light into the chasm. I've then got around 4 Restore Potions. You can probably take about 6, though you can last here very long. I've got a few Brews, which I don't even use, so just take a couple of Brews, take more Rocktails. Steel of Legends scrolls, take extra if you need to, but you can use the scrolls on the Steel Titan. And another thing to note, make sure to set the frequency of your Steel Titan to 1, so it's constantly attacking as much as it can. You can take Summoning Flask if you wish to do so, but again, that's not a necessity because you've got Dreadnips that also switch the Tormented Demon's attack style. I've got a Spring Cleaner for the drops, and that is pretty much all you need. And I've got an Enhanced Excalibur as well for the heal over time effect. They don't seem to hit that well, to be honest. If they're going to hit you, they're going to hit 1Ks. They only hit 1s, though, if you are praying the appropriate prayer. But for convenience, which this method is all about, I just pray magic all the time. It lasts for an entire overload easily with this inventory setup, and it depends how many you are tanking at once. Which leads me on to the amount of people, which is perfect for this area. You want around 2 people in this area. That would be a perfect amount. Any more, it gets a bit too full because you can kill them pretty quickly with this method. So 2 is probably max, and it's also a nice number to prevent tanking multiple Tormented Demons at once. Now, just to briefly cover why you would like to do Tormented Demons. Well, first off, they are a Slayer task, so you might want to do them for Slayer experience, for combat experience. You can get around 350k combat experience an hour here. You'd also maybe want to do it as a money-making method. They are pretty decent for GP per hour. I will do that in another video, though. The unique drops which you can get, or which you can expect. A dragon crossbow limb, they sell currently for 10.5 million each. These are still at a good price because you can use them to make a dragon crossbow, which is used to make an ascension crossbow. They also drop dragon claws, main hand and offhand. It's 300k for a set. They also drop armor shards, armor pieces, sorry. They are 313k each approximately, and they're used to make dragon plate bodies. You should be reaching easily more than 200 kills per hour. It just depends on the prayer switching of the Tormented Demons, really. Thank you for watching this guide. Like I said, this guide is for convenience, and I really personally like this method. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone else who you feel would benefit from this, and I'll see you in the next one.